To talk more about this, I'd like to bring in Fabrice Houdart, who is a UN Human Rights Officer. Thank you very much for joining us on the program today. Why are events like the Gay Games so important?
Well, thank you so much for having me here. The truth is that if you look at the situation of LGBTI rights globally, one of the largest issues remains the lack of visibility of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people. And so events like the Gay Games give an opportunity to LGBTI people to be visible in a positive manner. And then another aspect which is important is that if you look at sports throughout the world, homophobia remains rampant. And in many ways, it's an opportunity to show that LGBTI people have their place in sport.
But if we want to create more acceptance, shouldn't we have more openly gay athletes participating in events like the Olympics, which don't really have, you don't have to be gay or straight to participate in the Olympics?
You know, that's a very good point. If you look, I think probably only 4 years ago, there were 3 openly LGBT participants among 6,000 players in the Olympic Games. There were probably more openly LGBTI people in the previous games, but the truth is that if you look at the French sportsmen and women, none of them have come out while they were at the top of their career, or very few of them. And then you can count on your hand the football players that are out in the world of football. So there's still a big homophobia issue in the world of sport.
So do you think like a sporting event that has largely a gay population, gay footballers, etc., does that help countries like to dispel myths in countries where gay marriage and stuff is illegal, like in many African countries, Asian countries?
Well, the truth is that it dispels that myth that LGBTI people are this tiny group of people with, that are very stereotyped. We share this humanity that makes us want to compete, want to show the best part of ourselves. And the Gay Games do that, is that it shows us for what we are, which is just another kind of human being. So, it might not be a transformational event, but it contributes to dispelling myths about LGBTI people.
What more can be done besides events like sporting events? What more can be done to get more acceptance, if you will?
Well, I think we have to explore many avenues to contribute to social change. I think the representation of LGBTI people in the media is extremely important. I would love to see more people in the world of sport stand against homophobia and stand for the rights of LGBTI people. I also personally believe that the private sector can play a key role in contributing to social change. And at the United Nations, I've been leading an initiative with more than 170 of the world's largest companies to try to get them to contribute to social change globally. I think we are in a strange world in which there is really a pushback on human rights, and particularly on human rights of LGBTI people. And therefore, we cannot have one single strategy for social change, such as legal change. We have to explore all the avenues that are available to us.
Why do you think gay athletes don't come out and say they are gay? Are they scared of losing sponsorship or fans or not getting the same rights as everyone else?
It's a pretty homophobic environment. I mean, if you look at the jokes in the locker room, they tend to always be jokes about gender or about LGBTI people. And then besides that, there is an history of, a famous football player in the 80s that came out and would not be able to be traded anymore. So the plight of openly gay LGBT players is pretty tough. And so I think that it's going to require, in many ways, sports is the next frontier to fight homophobia. And it's going to require a lot of efforts to get there.
Fabrice Houdart, thank you very much for coming in and speaking to us here on France 24.